Drake out-rapped him, and I'm talking about me saying it.
Cap.
Some of the rappers that you've played their records and respect, I've had conversations with them, and they like, yo, Kendrick may have got the strategy and the perception of him dropping right after Family Matters and all of that. Cool. But if you just go and listen to bars as an MC and as a rapper, there's no way you think Kendrick, I don't even think Kendrick was trying to really rap on Not Like Us. I think it was a song. He was trying to get people to dance. He needed to galvanize the West Coast, get the whole California behind this song. This is like our new anthem, which is, I'm not mad at that strategy. But we're not gonna say he rapped better than Drake on Not Like Us versus Family Matters. No way.
The second part of Family Matters, Drake was rapping very well. He was getting off, which is why I said he should have split that Family Matters track into two instead of just trying to release it all at one time. Now, if you want to compare Euphoria to Family Matters, Euphoria clears. But to insinuate that Drake is rapping better than Kendrick, putting that up against a record like Not Like Us, it's kind of crazy.
So Mal, bringing that up, when you're referencing that and everybody else that you're referring to, are you talking about just Not Like Us versus Family Matters? Or are you talking about Kendrick versus Drake in the entirety of all of these songs?
Because also at this point, Family Matters was
that's what I want to know.
Really against Meet the Grams in that situation.
I think Family Matters and Heart Part 6, Drake is rapping better than anything Kendrick put out during that moment.
This man said the Heart Part 6.
Just rapping, absolutely.
I aspire to have this level of...
Oh my God.
He's still on impact of a song. He's talking about a song. I'm talking about bars.
No.
Bro,
I'm talking about lyrics. I'm talking about rhymes.
I'm talking about rap.
And Not Like Us, the production is not even dope.
Okay, so Mal, you keep bringing up Not Like Us. Head, do you think that Not Like Us is Kendrick's best rapped song in all of this battle? Which one would you pick out of all of them?
Euphoria.
Okay.
Exactly.
I don't even remember that song.
Exactly. All right.
It's probably a lot of bars too, confusing.
No, it's just like when you open a bag of chips, it's a lot of the air at the top and there's a few chips in there. But we ain't gonna go back to that.
Head, you being the Coast Guard and having some relationship with everybody in that camp and around that camp, what was everyone's reaction to the Dave Free bar?
Comedy.
It might be Dave Free.
It was just...
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It was like, that's the... Well, actually, there was two reactions. One from the front-facing standpoint, like that we all had internally, was like, that's not even a good attempt. Like that's like a lazy attempt at something. And then the second thing was from the homies.
What about Kendrick saying you have a daughter? Yeah, that wasn't a lazy attempt?
What about it?
That wasn't a lazy attempt from Kendrick? Saying that Drake has a daughter that he's hiding?
I don't know. Do we have one?
You don't know if that was a lazy attempt? I'm asking you, do you think that was a lazy attempt?
No.
You don't?
Why?
And do you think Drake is hiding a daughter?
Hiding is a verb.
Okay, do you think Drake has a daughter?
You are hiding your opinions, sir.
Yeah, do you think Drake has a daughter?
I think it's possible.
Okay. You think it's possible that you think that Drake has a daughter? Or do you think it's possible Drake has a daughter?
I think it's possible he has one.
Okay.
I mean, I don't particularly care to get into Kendrick's personal life with his girl, kids, and his business partner. But do you see Maul's point in some degree that saying Dave Free might be your son's father, I agree is lazy. And I thought if that was the nuke, that's odd because that's no one's really going to believe that. Even if for some weird reason it was true. The daughter thing, is that not lazy because Push already did it and we saw what that did and you're supposed to be light years ahead of any rapper right now and you're reusing the same strategy off something that can't be proven, whereas Push did it and it was proven.
No, I get that point. But you also have to understand, like, the way I'm looking at it, and this is, I mean, you're not going to believe me, but objectively looking at it, it's a Floyd Mayweather thing. Like, Dot has been counterpunching the whole time. He's not aggressed. The only time he aggressed is once it was already fully on. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it.
Like that he aggressed. What are you talking about?
If you think about it, when you say, like the Dave Free thing came first in Family Matters.
Correct, yeah.
And then there was a response. And then the other thing came. It wasn't like, it's like, oh, okay, boom, boom. It was like a 1-for-1 to me.
Now, there's gonna be some debate on whether or not who aggressed first. A lot of people would say that Kendrick Lamar aggressed when he dropped his Like That verse, and he pretty much said, "Forget the big three, it's just big me." You can call that aggression. If I'm Drake in that situation, you know, you have to make the choice. Am I going to respond to this, or I'm just gonna let it slide? And just imagine if Drake just let that whole thing slide. If he heard that verse, we wouldn't even be right here right now. I don't even think Not Like Us would even be a thing. Of course, when the Family Matters record came out and he started saying these things, that's when Kendrick came back saying that, oh, well, you are hiding the child, blah, blah, blah. And who knows, man? Y'all know how these celebrities get down and how they move around. It was crazy to think that he was hiding his first child. And then it came out that, you know, he actually was indeed hiding a child. And, you know, for Kendrick to say it without the evidence, sure, it makes people kind of look at it like, oh, it's a cheap jab, but we don't know for sure. And like I said, everything is just a response to what happened. But, you know, when I sit up here and look at this entire battle, the entirety of it, and it's still being talked about a year later, it's kind of crazy when you really think about it, because we didn't have to get to this point. Drake didn't have to respond. He really didn't. He was actually in the process of going on vacation around that time, if y'all remember. And I think that really hurt him because he wasn't really in that battle mode, whereas Kendrick is kind of always ready to go. Drake was kind of in a position around that time of just being the top dog in the game. You know, he's where you went to if you wanted them hits. The label loved them. And, you know, it was just a crazy series of events that led up to where we are now, still talking about it a year later. But to say that Drake out-rapped Kendrick at any part of this battle, I just can't agree with it. You know what I mean? Kendrick gave you every side of a battle that you could get. He gave you the party record. He gave you the hip hop record where he's rapping. He even gave you the, you know, the crazy diss record that got so disrespectful to the point it made people feel uneasy listening to Meet the Grams. But at the end of the day, it's hip hop. You know, Drake suing is still something wild to me. I'm still waiting to see how that's gonna turn out. But I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, it was a great battle, one of the best ever in history, and we're still going to be talking about it years later, because I just never imagined that these two actually go at it. Even though for years we sat back and watched them kind of throw jabs at each other, I never thought it would get to a point where, you know, they're releasing songs and their labels are benefiting from it, and it's just like crazy. And then looking at it now, Kendrick is on tour, still performing Not Like Us, and the crowds are going crazy when they hear it. I'm gonna let y'all go find that MetLife Stadium video of them singing Not Like Us. It is crazy. I was cracking up laughing because I'm like, people love this right now. Not necessarily seeing Drake's downfall, but just anytime you're in a situation where somebody's the victor and they're going up against somebody, people like to see the underdog win. But yeah, man, it's the Kid Ríez. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all be safe, stay carefree, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.